Hi, this is Jason DeWar with Vaetrix, and today on our YouTube channel we're going to cover the Vaetrix ePlot software. The Vaetrix ePlot software works with the eGauge 1 and eGauge 3. Before I actually show you that on a computer screen, I'm just going to cover what you get with the Vaetrix gauge. This is the eGauge 1. In this case we have a RTD temperature connector. You get a Bluetooth USB adapter for those PCs which do not have Bluetooth. You get the eChart software, which is basically what we're covering today. You get a calibration cert with data. In this case we have a custom hard case. Now it's important to say that Vaetrix was basically developed by Taylor Valve in Oklahoma City. JM Test is now your authorized service and calibration center for all those products. Vaetrix here in New Hampshire, myself and Greg Lindstrom are in charge of basically revamping these products and coming out with new products such as you see here. So stay tuned to the YouTube channel. We're going to have some interesting videos, but I hope you enjoy this quick video on the ePlot software and how to use it. Thank you.
Alright, so let's cover the ePlot software. So as you see here, I already installed the software. We have the desktop icon ePlot. So I'm going to double click it, open it, and let's maximize it. So in the next screen you're going to see that it's pinging, waiting for the connection for the gauge. So this is very important. The gauge has to be powered up with the Bluetooth signal on, and then we're going to define the actual COM port. So we can go under File, we can go under the COM ports. We have a couple different choices here. Now if you're ever confused about which to pick, your PC could have several, you can launch Device Manager and you can go under Ports, COM and LPT. You can see that there's two options there with the serial over Bluetooth link. In this case it's send and receive, so we're going to pick the lower one always. In this case it's COM 11. So we're going to define that as COM 11, hit OK. As you see here, it pings the gauge, we're updated, and we are now connected. Okay, so I actually have a couple different logs stored on the gauge, so I'm going to show you basically one of these logs. So we are going to go under Log Ops, and we are going to download logs. Now we have a couple different choices here. It sees the log files. You can actually see the number and the number of samples. In this case, it's telling you where it's going to put the file. I have it defined as my desktop, and we're going to call it log. I'm going to pick number 10. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to call it log 10, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to hit download. Now you can save it at other locations, but this is key just to define where you're actually putting the files. So I'm going to hit download. In this case it's going to overwrite it because I already did this just to test it. So as you see here, it's giving you the update, processing the data, now complete. So what it did is actually put two files on my desktop, a Vaetrix file, VTX, and a text file. So now I want to open those files. So I'm going to go under File, Open. In this case we're going to find it, and we're going to look for the V log 10, and we're going to open it up. So it automatically brings in the data already set, formatted. As you see here, you have blue pressure, you have green, which is your temperature, and you have red, I don't know if you can see this, which is your RTD. So the green is your ambient temperature, just to be clear. Now you can go to the graph itself and you can hover on points. It'll tell you at the time exactly what the actual temperature and pressure was. So you can see on the axis you have pressure and elapsed time. Now if you wanted to actually set that up differently in the gauge, you can do that right here or through the gauge. If you wanted to see the data itself, the tabulated data, I can go under the tab here and actually pull up the data to see the points. If I was honing on a particular time and wanted to see that quickly, I could do that. Now what's nice is that you can print any of that right through here, or say that you wanted to update that information. So customer data, in this case customer, we're going to call it YouTube, and project name test. Now you do have some user defined fields here. You can save and update. So what that did is that'll update the actual report cover page when you print it out. You can, like I said, you can print the whole packet out, so it avoids you writing down the numbers from the dead weights or the temperature chart, going through that. So as you can see here, it's pretty intuitive, pretty easy to use. If I wanted to erase the data, I could. So that's a quick overview on how to use it. Once again, the key thing that we kind of stress that some people struggle with is, number one, picking the right port so that you can pull the data in. And I can even disconnect from the gauge right now because I already uploaded it to my PC, so it's on the desktop. So that's a quick overview on the software, the Vaetrix plot software. So if you have any questions, I'm going to display the information, email, phone number here shortly. Thanks for tuning in.